Janice Sullivan from Sullivan J Photography, and today I'm going to show you tools in Lightroom that I feel that photographers, especially landscape and travel photographers, don't use. But before we get started, I wanted to show you Photo Shelter. I actually got an email from Lauren and she asked that question. I thought, what a perfect video. So go to sullivanjphotography.com, and I'd like to have you all, of course, check out Photo Shelter. And if you're going to, go to the blog, that's where it was, and then you can receive 50% off to join Photo Shelter. It's a great company. I use them for all of my stock images. I also use them to hold images. You know, if I want to have images that I've worked on and I want a backup, I use them all for that. So it's just a good company. Go ahead and check it out. Okay, so let's get started on those tools. So in front of you here is a Joshua tree over at Joshua Tree National Park. And I shot here. You could see that the image over here is the brights are not blown. Over to the right, the histogram showing that. But I'm a visual person. Most of us are visual people. So let's show you the quick tools that I feel that will help you. If you go to the Alt and Option key, that is where you can really see if your blacks are going to be pure black or if they're not showing any at all. So I kind of always go to the left and kind of give myself a little bit of room. Same with the whites. Go to the Alt and Option tool, and if you go to the right, you can see the pixels or pure white, which actually those areas will have no detail because they're blown. So I kind of look at that and then give myself some room. And I'll boop up my shadows and my highlights. I'm not going to mess too much. These are tools that everybody pretty much uses. Now another tool that I feel that people don't use enough is this area right in here. And this, I just globally changed everything. But this right here actually takes a section, and say if I want the whites to go down, just barely use this tool because it's very powerful. Now as you can see, I've globally changed that, the whole image, but I've taken this area. You can see to the right, wherever I put my cursor, this is where it's telling you on the histogram where the location of the lights and darks are. Now I have darkened the whites, which is great, or this location, but I need to slowly, just gently move it up a little bit so I can have my shadows just up a little bit. Now you have to be careful because sometimes you could just like totally go crazy, like see how ugly that is. Well, I feel another tool is while you're working, leave your history on, because if you don't like what you've done, say if I don't like any of my points, I'll just go back to the last thing that I was playing with, and then you can see to the right, there is my tone curve. It's straight, and I can go start from the beginning. So let's go where I was. I'm going to go ahead and just bring this down just a little bit. Okay. Another tool that I feel that people don't use enough, especially when it comes to the color images, is the split toning tool. This is your highlights area, and I suggest that you can start off at 50% and then just start playing globally with your highlights. Now this is a desert image, and yes, deserts are very gorgeous and beautiful, and especially during sunset, so they can go into the pinks and stuff. And so then I'll, it's over exaggerated, and I'll just bring the saturation down a little bit. And then same with my globally, if I want to change up my shadows a little bit, I'll go ahead and change that up, and then I'll just bring it down to where I felt that it was, what it looked like when I was there. I also can change up my balance. If I go to the right, then it will take this color over here and enhance that. If I go to the left, it will take this color and enhance that area. So I'm just going to kind of visually look at it and see what I kind of remember when I was there. There you go. The next thing that I want to talk about is, let's see, it is the lens correction. But let me just show you, that's another image. Let me show you the before and after just off of this. Look at how bland and boring this is, the before. And just by those tools, people would not even imagine that split toning would really change it up. look at how beautiful the image is off to the right, and that's just using those basic tools. Now I want to show you something on the lens correction. So that's a different image. Let's go there. And what I did with this image to the right is the same thing that I just showed you. Here is the before, and here is the after. And it's just so much better just by using those basic tools. But I also feel that photographers, yeah, you use the wide angles, and sometimes it's really cool because you want to have things converging, or the lines all different. But as a professional, if I don't have a tilt and shift lens, which I don't, but that's not going to deter me to photograph these beautiful lines that I see. So what do? Use your manual over here to the right. You can use this tool right in here and change these lines so it looks right. So I'm going to change my vertical a little bit and make sure that my lines are straight. And I feel that truthfully, this, for me, it's a little bit more professional as somebody using this compared to just a snapshot. You're actually focusing and knowing that your lines are perfectly straight. Of course, you can do your horizontal, you could do your distortion a little bit if you want, and that makes you, as you can see as I'm playing with it, but use this. It really shows that you are above anybody else, I feel. Then you're just snapping. And then you could go into Photo Shelter and, Photo Shelter, that's because I was just talking about Photo Shelter. You can go into Photoshop and do some stuff here, but I'm just going to constrain the crop. And I'm going to show you, I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but I am in Lightroom 5 Beta. Please don't download this and feel that you're going to change everything up right now in Lightroom 5, because you're not, because they're changing it up. But I had to show you a tool that I feel that photographers really are going to love in the future when Photoshop 5 is out, and the out for us to actually use. So here is an area right in here that's just really bugging me. Back in the days when I used this tool right in here, we all just would click on it and you'd have a little circle, and then you could make it large and whatever, and it was boring, and you ended up having to go into Photoshop to really make the distractions, to make it better. Now what you do is you can click on it and you can take this tool in here, and all you have to do is drag in here. How great is this, right? And it's going to take the information that they feel that it's going to match. Let's go in here, and it's going to change it up for you, and voila, it's gone. I'm sorry, I just changed it on you. But I'll show you the before and after. Remember that tool was in there, and now it's gone. So I would go ahead and change things up again. This is a video tutorial, so I don't want to go on with more details, but look at the before and after. I just can't believe this. This is a great, amazing tool. Now that little pole I've just dragged and went ahead and got rid of this guy right here that was distracting by using Lightroom. That is a wonderful tool. If you want to see what you've done, the H tool shows you the before, like the clone. You can use the H. Well, you know what you should really do is go on to, there's so many people talking about a Lightroom 5. I just feel personally that this is the best tool, so I don't have to go to Photoshop and sit there and do just basic spot removals and tools like this line right here that has been bugging me. So those are it. Those are the tools that I feel that you can use to make your image beautiful, and really don't realize that you can have that those basic tools that I showed you, the blacks, the whites, the tone curve, the splitting tone, split toning, the manual adjustment so you have your straight lines, and then of course obviously the new thing that's coming up, which is Lightroom 5. There's so many fun things. Well, not they didn't do a lot of changes, but I think the changes that they made are amazing. It's really going to help us. So I really hope that this has helped you to go ahead and explore some of these tools that I feel that a lot of us or a lot of photographers don't use when it comes to their landscape and travel images. Have a great day, and definitely check out PhotoShelter. I think you'll be happy with the company. Cheers!